Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you could dream for me.
It is race number 11 out of 25 of the season. And we finally get to take the series out to Pocono Raceway. It's going to be, once again, me and a domino in the
I
booth.
can't see a bloody thing.
Yes, can you hush?
No, I can't.
No, impatient ass.
It's McMurray. No, it's not. It's Bodine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, have you not ever seen that finish?
Why now,
Did you
bro?
know?
We're streaming.
Oh yeah, we are. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pocono Mountains.
Yes, we are in the Pocono Mountains. First time out here, it's at the Tricky Triangle, foggy skies for 100 laps for the first time in the modern era that we have brought any sort of FARCA series out here. It'll be a fun one. However, with the loss of Kyle Busch, we'll be throwing the caution flag at lap 18. Freaking remember this time. And we're going to jump straight into the starting lineup of the race to get this thing underway.
We threw the caution at lap 6 to Kentucky. It's just that the ladies and gentlemen didn't see it because I did it. Can you? Oh, okay. Yes.
Why are we showing the back grid? Thank you.
No, that's fine. That's perfectly. Oh, okay.
Want to start us off?
Yes, of course. David Walsh is starting on the pole. Did you know that Kyle Busch has actually never driven a Mobile One livery in his career?
Yep, never did.
And his race team is sponsored by Mobile One. All of his teammates ran a Mobile One livery. Kyle Busch never did.
Wow, never
Anyway,
did.
David Walsh is on pole, Mobile One Toyota for Walsh Enterprises. He's started next to Rowdy Hemming for TXS Racing in the JBL.com. Rowdy Hemming, of course, is a Kyle Busch fan, had the Rowdy nickname in FARCA long before Kyle made his little cameo appearance for us. Rowdy Hemming has elected not to run a tribute paint scheme. Hasn't really been seen much in the media this week, which is understandable. But he's got P2 here at Pocono.
In the race drone, row number 2, we are going to see the number 27 machine. That's Greg Graziano from Douglas Motorsports. GoPro machine's been fast since they got the new sponsorship. Then we got Dakota Cottle, Mr. DK himself. Will be in the Monster Energy 5. Also another Kyle Busch fan. Races the Kyle Busch 5 several times on this car before. He'll be starting from P4 tonight.
And row number 3 is going to be seeing Jay Langelier in the Winter World Chevrolet for Reckless Racing for our late Benjamin Thomas. And he's starting the inside of Don Jones. The Tier 1 Motorsports car has got the livery from the Spire 7 truck that Kyle got his final NASCAR victory in last Friday.
Then we got a row of also tribute schemes. Number 72, when I believe this is a Delphi paint scheme for the number 72 car, John Cittadino. And what's Connor got?
It's the Traxxas 18 truck.
That's a good throwback.
From 2010 and 2011. Row number 5.
Courtesy Austin Yoakum.
Austin Yoakum.
Oh, we split this out. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Okay. That's the RTR vehicles. That, of course, is from his appearance at Roush Racing after he won the TV show from way back in the day. I don't remember what the TV show was called. It was a race for the seat that Ram just had, but Roush had it. Kyle Busch won. Actually beat Brad Keselowski. Ran a few races for Roush and then went to Hendrick. Started next to Brandon Walter in the private label Chevrolet.
Right in the row behind them, row number 6, we're going to have Brad Hughes racing the Tracker. Number 7 starts next to Caitlin Mayer, who's got blacked out numbers for this weekend's race as well.
Row 7's got Kenny Bombera in the M&M's Caramel Bosch Toyota. Starts next to Sean Angel York in the Project 4404.
Row number 7 is then going to see Deacon Jones in the National Guard 15. Starts alongside Arthur Xavier in the number 87 machine.
And row 19 for P17, P18 is going to have Aaron Douglas in the M&M's Fudge Brownie Yahoo Toyota. Starts next to Joshua Lockhart in the 75 McDonald's Chevy.
Row 10 sees Zach McAdoo in the Cheddar's inspired number 12. starts alongside Timmy Weathers in the Red Bull 55.
So into the deep mid pack, we got Ryan DeLusso and the E Cascadia Ford Mustang is going to start on the inside of Justin Osborne and the number 5 Car Quest Java House Toyota Camry.
Ryan Varga starts P23 for Manco, starting alongside Austin Fullerton in the Interstate Batteries Lightning scheme in that PayPal machine.
Row 13 sees the Lucas Oil Ford Mustang. That could have been a layup for a tribute livery. Travis Dawson and the Ford Mustang is going to start next to Brandon Crasta in the 2008 M&M's Chevrolet SS.
Row number 14 shows Alan Bledsoe. P27 starts alongside Eugene Hawk in the Granger Chevy.
And rounding out our top 30, we got Rob Kreider in the Stories and Cocktails Chevrolet, starting at the inside. Brett Pritchard in the Monster Energy, it's the 54 tribute scheme.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a Ford Mustang.
Row 16 shows Andrew Weisbecker in the Napa Auto Care 41, starts alongside the number 0 of Justin Franklin, and this is the 3G scheme?
That is the 3G, which of course Kyle earned his final NASCAR Cup Series win at Gateway in 2023 in the 3G livery.
Nice.
Row 17's got Joseph Onesto. He won the 2023 Auto Club 400 in the Lucas Oil number 8 Chevy. So Onesto's carrying the Lucas Oil livery. Once again, we've seen Onesto in this livery before when Lucas Oil sponsored him. Starts next to Makoto Kino.
We got Sammy Cobb and Nick Fountain. Dylan Young in the 19 alongside the 44, both of those in Kyle Busch paint schemes as well. Number 92, Adam Douglas starting P39 tonight alongside Tom Jones in a Jeff Gordon paint scheme. And then Daniel Quinones in a beautifully done throwback to one of the Hendrick paint schemes. Another Hendrick paint scheme with Dylan Touchton starting alongside of him. Those cars will look fantastic, even though they are further towards the back of the pack. And rounding out the field tonight, we got Rob McPherson in the number 78 machine. Beautiful cars. We're going to be racing for 18 laps here, 17 laps, because we'll come to the yellow under caution. So let's see how it goes here. Black Man gets us going here with number 56, David Walsh.
I'm not so sure. That might be David Walsh's first pole of the season. That's going to be the third pole if it's his first. For that race team, Walsh Enterprises already gathered 2 poles with Timmy Weathers through the season. Getting through turn 1, Rowdy Hemming goes wide. He has contact with Dakota Cotto. That could have ended
wiggle
up
from
really
the 9 car too, and a car in the wall.
Car in the wall. Sean Angel had a rough start that ended up with him in the wall in turn number 1. We're lucky that's the only incident, it appears, through turn 1 as we head into the treacherous tunnel turn. There's a lot of cars blanketed within each other right up ahead of the 04 car.
I don't see much damage. He may have gotten away with just scraping the wall for the number 04 machine. Back up at the front, though, it's a challenge for the lead as Greg Graziano makes the move now on the 51.
So Graziano is going to be able to get the momentum off of the final turn to race towards the line. But it looks like Rowdy Hemming's actually going to lead the first lap here.
Denies it, brings the 51 to the lead.
You know, Graziano said that when GoPro signed onto this car, they were going to see a different driver. He was going to reinvent himself and try to turn the luck around for this whole Douglas Motorsports team. And in the early parts, these first 2 races, it looks like he's got much better momentum. So Rowdy Hemming's fighting back on the outside. He's got the draft from David Walsh. Greg Graziano's not going to give him an inch, though.
Oh, but with the run that Hemming had on that outside lane, can't beat the momentum. Hemming takes the lead once again with Walsh right now to the outside of the 27.
Oh, man, you know, Graziano's just got a really loose car on that inside right now. It looks like it. He's going to lose a couple spots here as Dakota Cotto's going to go around the outside. It's pretty deep in the field to have a fast lap out of that 0 car.
Make it the 25 now, actually. Sitting right behind the 7. A little bit of 3 wide action right behind him. See the 4 car of Austin Yoakum? Yoakum actually looks good in those colors.
Yeah, I mean, if Yoakum has a good run today, they might want to think about keeping that livery around because Yoakum's just had just It's been such a rough year. Oh, that's really close for the
That
15. You
was.
don't want to have contact. Remember, that car is just 4 points out of the point lead. It needs to beat Connor Meir to get that point lead. You do not want to have an incident. That's one driver that wants to make it through these next couple races unscathed, and now he's going to lose a whole bunch of positions after that contact.
The three wide ahead of them going down the front straightaway. That's Kenny Bambura, Brandon Walter, and Caitlin Meir.
E2 on the racetrack just turned the fastest lap while chasing down Rowdy Hemming. That's David Walsh for pole sitter.
Trying to get the lead back here, these two Toyotas. Jay, after a chaotic race start, has seemed to have found some pace back in that number 9 car. He's gotten it rolling back into the top 5.
He's rolling around the outside of Donnie Jones, our winner at Kentucky. Donnie, unlike the 27, seems to have some kind of momentum down on the bottom as he's able to hang with the 9 car. See if Jay can't get a big run there on the outside this time.
No, he won't. Graziano continues to slip backwards now.
He's going to use momentum on the high side now to get around Brad Hughes.
More 3 wide action.
As Caitlin Meir looking on the outside of her husband. The 2 mirrors are side by side with a 3 wide outside of the corner. That's really close.
That's contact. That is contact.
Yeah, there isn't much room to maneuver there for the 2 mirrors. It was almost inevitable for them to have contact there. As Alan Bledsoe's going to shoot to the bottom to follow Ryan DeLusso to the tunnel turn.
And Connor's going to make the pass and clear the 25, almost at the 92. There's a familiar number 75 making an appearance, Joshua Lockhart. Had a great start to the season.
Vanessa's really trying to use the top of the racetrack to get some momentum going for him.
Thought I saw some contact there with the number 72 of Cittadino and Ryan DeLusso, but the cars look like they got away pretty clean from it.
This is just at the tail end of the top 10 as Ryan DeLusso runs 10th. This is around 12th. Cittadino really loose in the middle of turn 3. David Walsh is now passed for the lead up front. As Rick Hemming goes back around, I believe that's going to be the outside of the 56. All the way up front. Here's Justin Franklin. We saw earlier that he's got some speed. Oh, Cittadino almost got turned off of the nose of the 24. Really close there to turn 1. They continue to trade places up at the very front of the field between the 51 and the 56. But we're almost 3 wide. We are 3 wide exiting the tunnel turn between Angel York and I can't see which cars he's racing there. It looked like Alan Bledsoe or Zach McAdoo. As David Walsh continues to race with the 51 car. His lead has changed hands a few times over the last couple laps. See what happens if Rick Hemming can get another run down this front straight. against David. Look to the inside and have a huge run down into turn number 1. Can't quite clear Walsh, who's going to have a big run on the top down the super stretch towards the tunnel turn.
Got it, looking to make another move here. A little peek to the inside.
These two Toyotas might be the class of the field. There just really isn't anyone that's close to them. I think Rowdy's going to get a pretty good lead now, though, as we race toward turns 1 again to start lap 10. The field settled in around the battle for the top 10. Connor Mir has stabilized back there as Dakota Cottle goes to work on Jay Langelier. Brad Hughes and Greg Graziano are also in that battle. It's 4th, 3rd at the moment.
And right behind them, the next battle of the cars, starting to see Aaron in the number 97 trying to make his way up inside the top 10. Battling here with Connor on the outside and their Chevrolets, trying to get around DeLusso and his Ford. And here comes Alan Bledsoe and Onesto as well. They're going to 3 wide on corner exit here.
It looks like Ernesto might have a good run down this front straightaway.
Walsh takes the lead again in this battle, goes back to Rowdy Hemming.
It's amazing that those two can battle and still gain time on P3. This big old group of cars is really trying to figure out who's better. It's shaping up to be quite the fight here. I mean, they're racing for lap 18, but still early on, they've shown that these two Toyotas have so much more speed than the rest of the field. Dakota Cottle's moved into P3. We'll see if he's able to gain any headway on them. There's no clear advantage either between the 51 and the 56. One car will lead a couple laps, and then the other will pass them up. As David Walsh is coming down the inside one more time towards the tunnel turn. Rick wasn't really able to pull down. I don't know if he was looking for a clean air or what, but that's going to hurt his momentum. Give the advantage to David Walsh here on lap number 12. All right, so here we are. This is Brandon Krasta, who's in the mid pack. He is fighting with 77 car, Sammy Cobb. See, Sean Angel York is right behind them. The 4 car doesn't really come with that much speed, but he's able to hold his own up to now. See a couple Toyotas battling for position. This is Dylan Young and Austin Fullerton. This is really quite deep in the field. Saw the 19 car started rather deep. This is about 33rd. Some of these cars we expected to have a lot more speed, like the 46 of Tom Jones, who's at the very tail end. It's 92 and the 17 racing each other.
There we go.
As Greg Graziano leads the 7 and the 90 and the 9 up front. This is for 4th position. Dakota Cottle is in P3, just a little bit underneath, 2 seconds behind the lead. See that David Walsh has got a small, respectable margin now over Rick Hemming. It's about half a second. It's not going to be enough to give a draft to Dakota Cottle to pull him back in, but they know that they're going to have a competition caution here in a couple laps. Give everyone a reprieve. And it's a tribute to late and fallen Kyle Busch. Very unexpected passing from this week. Kyle is a driver that we've only seen in FARCA one time back in 2016 at Kansas, with a few other cameo appearances, including Chase Briscoe and Brandon Jones. It was a race that the pole was won by Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy led 1 lap before his engine expired, and that turned the hands over to Kyle Busch, who led every single lap from then on to the end to win at Kansas. And so our hearts and minds are thinking of the whole Busch family, and that's extended to his parents and his brother Kurt. Hope that they are, it's understandable that things aren't going to be quite so okay now, but we hope that they will be okay in time for them. Some cars are electing to pit to split the caution here.
That'll be interesting because the caution will be flying here shortly, but that'll give them a good chance for them to get a free stop here and try and flip. That's exactly what we're seeing going on.
Well, Pocono is a bit of an interesting racetrack to where it depends on where you are when you begin to pit, because it's a 2.5 mile triangle. So you can make it out of pits from a certain amount of distance behind the leader and still have the lead lap. As the caution is now out, this is the Kyle Busch caution in remembrance, and we will have an exchange of silence. We will be back when we come back to racing.
Hypocrisy is the end. Were you surprised that Austin could stretch it on fuel? And then, I mean, what does it mean, do you think, for Austin to get his first win?
I'm not surprised about anything. Congratulations.
Any other questions for Kyle? Up in the press box? All right, Kyle, thanks for your time.
Everything's great. Looking forward to a fantastic weekend here in Phoenix. Back to the racetrack.
What did Logano do wrong, and will you race him any differently going forward?
Everything's great. Looking forward to getting back to the racetrack and getting into my race car.
Are you okay with Joey moving forward?
Everything's great. Really looking forward to getting in my race car and getting back here at Phoenix.
Speaking of that, are you glad that this is over and now you can get in the car where you're comfortable and get back to racing?
Everything's great. Really looking forward to getting back into my car and being here in Phoenix.
Is that pretty much what we're going to hear?
Everything's great. Looking forward to getting back into my car.
Good luck. Thank you.
Kyle, the fans saw a great battle, but what were you so angry with Brian about?
He hung on my right rear quarter panel all the way down the front straightaway and gave the win to the 88 car. He slowed us down so much. He had no idea the 88 car was coming. And the 88 just drove right by both of us on the outside because Brian Vickers was trying to slow both of us down. Just stupid. If he would have ran his own line up at the top of the track and I would have ran my own line down at the bottom of the track, it could have been a battle between us two. But unfortunately, you race with idiots, and you know, I guess you'll have that sometimes. But the NOS Energy Drink Camry was good today, just not good enough. And Yeah, I felt like we had a good handling race car on the long runs, but unfortunately there we didn't have long runs at the end of the race. So I'm sure I'm complaining and I'm whining and I'm a crybaby, but that's uncalled for. I mean, it's just stupid. I was told he was going to go high. I thought he was going to go high. He went middle because I thought he was going to go high. And killed our day. I don't know. I mean, should have run 4th probably, but instead 19th. I don't know. We're the top echelon of motorsports, and we got guys that have never won late model races running out here on the racetrack. It's pathetic. They don't know where to go. So, what else do you do?
And for you guys just going through the playoffs, you had that 45-point buffer. Do you fall back on that? Is it really sticking in your mind at all?
It's pathetic to have to lean on insurance. My premiums are going to go up.
Very frustrating, Kyle Busch, understandable.
The 2015 Cup Series champion.
Got to where we needed it right there at the end, and was able to lead all those laps. And if it wasn't for lap traffic, it wouldn't even have been a race. I don't know what y'all are whining about, but if you don't like that kind of racing, don't even watch.
What happened with the initial contact with the wall, Kyle?
Just rubber on top of rubber. The rubber buildup that was happening. I just got in the corner a little too hot and just got up into the fence a little bit. And then, I don't know, 2-3 laps later, it blew out.
And for these guys, it was actually a broken A-arm that had them in the evening from there.
Well, and obviously not festivities in a victory sense for Kyle Busch, but Kyle, how do you feel about the way you were penalized for what happened out there? Not a word from him. Keeping his mouth shut right now, guys. He'll think about it, I'm sure, and have a word for us at some point.
Kyle, obviously a frustrating night out there. I know it looked like it was retaliation. I know it's Saturday. Do you think he dumped you intentionally?
Yeah, sure he did. Where's his paycheck come from, Ray?
I got that one.
Just, you know, we were racing earlier in the night. I pulled a slide job on him. He ran into me 3 times after that. And then got clear of him for a while. And then on that restart there, I was trying to slide him, get up to the top. And Spider said I was clear. I was clear at the time. Maybe I was too late. But he hooked me anyway and wrecked us. So I'm not going to put up with it. Obviously, Adam and the guys do a really good job of being able to work on the car and constantly improve it and constantly make it better. But flat out getting our ass kicked right now by our teammates, so we got to get better.
Hard-fought night for Kyle Busch and the 18 team. Still have work to do.
Kyle, you overcame some adversity on pit road to work your way back up. Can you talk about how you made your way back to the field?
Pure talent. That's about it. My pit crew did absolutely nothing to help me out tonight. My truck drove like and these splitters are absolutely horrendous. You can't pass in traffic. You can't race alongside anybody. You can't get within 5 truck lengths of no one. But somehow, some way, I was able to get back to the front. Had a blast.
Seems like Kyle Busch experienced just about every high and low you could at Bristol in one race. Kyle, how would you describe the night?
I don't know if there was any highs. I don't know what you're talking about.
Coming back through the field?
That's just me and this team and never giving up and being able to drive up through the field like that. The M&M's Camry was fast, even torn up and beat up and wrecked and everything else. It was fast. And we had a shot to win the race there. Just got to racing with guys 3 wide and couldn't get clear of them. I was boxed in by the 11. The 11 was choking up the top in front of me.
We saw the contact post-race. Did you feel like he did not pass you fairly on the track?
No, he hit me getting into turn 1, which got me a little bit loose, chattered the rear tires, but you know, whatever. That's, you know, Carl's going to say he's sorry he didn't want to race that way because he always does, you know, Mr. Ed likes. So we'll take it, we'll go on, and, you know, we'll race him that way in a chase if that's the way he wants to race.
Kyle, what was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Won't be another driver like that.
Yeah, there are only so many race car drivers that come through every generation that are true purebred racers, where they want nothing more than that top step on the podium. We get a lot of people that will accept your fifths, your sevenths, your ninths think, oh, I'm points racing. I'm just thinking about the big picture, trying to get to the end. But every once in a while, you'll have a special driver that'll rise up and say, no, that's not enough. And I want to win. I want to win every single week. And I'll win my championship by just simply being better than everyone else. And the driver that Kyle Busch was, is sometimes he'd say that it's a character, sometimes he'd say, oh, that's Rowdy Busch. But that's who Rowdy was. He wanted to win every single week. And Kyle, outside of the racetrack, was a really good person, really good human being who had multiple foundations. Anything that he struggled with through life, he had a foundation up to make sure that other people didn't have to struggle with that. And of course, then you had KBM and all the people and the drivers that he's brought through. So many crew chiefs, so many engineers, so many drivers that are in the grid today come from KBM.
234 wins, multiple charities, everything will amount to it. That's why we have so many cars here tonight that are on tribute paint schemes like Elias Sassar turning on the outside of this one. Great pit stop there by the team. Actually, my bad. Elias Sassar and Travis Dawson trying an alternate strategy here did not pit in front of everyone else who did. Several, and this is very uncharacteristic for FARCA, several 4-tire pit stops throughout the entirety of the field. Only a couple of them, like Ryan Vargas and Dylan Young, and a couple others spread out. We did 2 tires only. First time being at Pocono, and certainly with the setups having to be set up in a different way, and no notes of previous years that they are a bit harder on the cars. General Tire typically brings a really strong left side tires, but even at this track, with how long this race is as well, they're certainly getting chewed through.
And we're also going to see who made the proper adjustments to the race cars. So the 51 and 56 were a cut above everyone else. We're going to see what's going to happen in this second run. We're going to have a full run to pit stops now. There's no scheduled cautions for the remainder of the race. So what you have is what you've got. And so the only adjustments you're going to have are going to be tire pressures to the end of the race. Looking back at Don Jones, who had a huge run, had to get out of it behind the 27. Greg Graziano, who we're on board with. Don Bledsoe on the inside, who's going to have a good run into the tunnel turn. Greg Graziano might still be going the wrong way.
And since I get 3 wide there, almost makes car contact there with Ryan Vargas on the outside.
Which is just at the edge of the top 10 right now.
Langelier just made a couple passes there on the outside.
So Elias Nassar comes to pit road, and so we might see Travis Dawson this time. It's really good for the both of them to be able to go 24 laps, as we saw people starting to pit just before that caution on lap 17.
Yeah, if they can actually get a couple more cautions, they might even have a chance at eliminating an entire pit stop here. Another great move to talk about the tire discussion as well. Nassar with only 2-tire pit stop as well. I think I kind of like this long run strategy. Get everything you can out of the car. It may look bad on paper right now, but if they can get this set up on an alternate strategy, this could be a really good move for these 2 cars. We won't really know until we get to the end of the race. We'll see how well that strategy ends up playing out for them. Dawson's still leading this thing with a half a second, even though he was so low on fuel. Shows how strong that car is. He will be, and there he goes.
That's going to hand the lead over to Brad Hughes for Tom Brad Development. We saw that he had a different pep in his step this time compared to the first run. He was just kind of surviving at the bottom end of the top 5, but now he looks like he's got some horsepower under that Ford Mustang. So he looks to hold off Rick Hemming. David Walsh, your pole sitter, is in 6th position right now, hasn't had the best restart. He's now in the top 5 after getting around Dakota Cottle, so we're going to see how much speed that 56 has when he's back in traffic. He's blowing by the 97. I think we definitely identified the 2 drivers that are like the class of the field are going to be the 51 and 56.
Definitely. These 2 Toyotas are extremely strong. Jay Langelier, I think, is still a silent underdog. That car has had a lot of speed. It's loose, but it's got a lot of speed as Brad Hughes also brings his machine down. Brad's already pitted before. I'm kind of surprised to see him bringing the car back down. Maybe a vibration on the 7?
I think he wants that strategy. So the 56 is going to go blow by the 9 this time, so a lot of speed on that car. Yeah, I think this is just the Fords trying to get on the other strategy.
I think so too. I think this might be a thing. They may have saw on paper what's going on with the others, and they're going to join them onto it. So Ford committing to an alternate strategy. We'll see if that happens with the rest of them. The highest running Ford at the moment is Ryan DeLusso, sitting in the 7th spot in the Freightliner E-Cascadia machine. The next one then
Yeah,
is Dalen
actually,
Touchton, sitting in 14th in the Kyle Busch throwback car.
I think that Brad Hughes and Brett Pritchard might be going onto a strategy they know is going to get them to the end, because everyone else is going to have to make an extra pit stop. I think that was a pretty smart move. As Dylan Touchton, their teammate, is running around the outside this time of Ryan Vargas.
Another pass
Draft on
there.
the 99 car.
Following
Connor
in
Muir
the
struggled
draft.
a little bit on the restart, but he's making some positions back up. He fell outside of the top 20, was in the top 10 before the caution came out, but now Connor is passing some cars going forward. 51's got a big lead now, 6 and 51. So it looks like David Walsh might have made his car better, and maybe Rick Hemming opted not to have any adjustments on that pit stop, and now he's fallen to the rest of the field, who's gotten better. But if this continues on, it's not really going to be the story to tell as David Walsh saying that he dominated the race, because certainly in that first run he had a lot of fits from the 51, but that is our pole sitter right now in the lead. Walsh Enterprises has 3 of them on the season. They were not able to convert either Timmy Weathers' poles earlier into race wins. So that's not really on the side of Davey, but you know that he's going to want to reach victory lane in the 56 car. It's been a while for David himself in his own race team.
That'd be cool to see for David Walsh if he can get this put together.
Jay Langeler's got a very faint toe on the 56. He was at the brink of a second behind the 56, but he's closing in. So Jay may have actually gotten the tires to heat up, and he might have just barely found the draft. So we'll see if that's going to be able to pull the 9 into the 56 if we're going to have a race or not.
Yeah, it's been all the way since last year and around May when David Walsh won, when we went to Worldwide Technology Raceway. That was the last time we saw Walsh in victory lane. Likes to win at the unconventional tracks, so it seems. And then before that, it was 2022 when we last then saw Walsh win again. So he has never gone back-to-back, and this would only be the 3rd win of his entire career. But he's got a very fast race car to get it done. And he won at Bristol in 2022. So that would be 3 different track types for Walsh. It was a very different organization back then for Walsh Enterprises as well. This team has changed a lot over the years, improved a lot. Now a 2-car operation. Picked up the
Langelier's definitely
champion.
gotten up to the back bumper, and this is going to allow the 51 to pull in on the draft. I think that Greg Graziano's also got the draft on the 51 of Rick Hemming, so we may actually have a good race here for the lead.
See how this progresses. Langelier now looks to the inside and takes the race lead. First time we're seeing a Chevy out front, but that momentum there from Walsh is going to take that right on back. And it's going to bring Hemming right in.
Langelier briefly had the lead. I'm not so sure if he was able to lead a lap after the 8-car pitted. I think he was able to get a lap in. As Rick Hemming's going to go around the inside of the 9-car. And Greg Graziano's definitely got the draft now, so that's going to pull him and Dakota Cottle in. So this might be a 5-car battle for the lead, which I hope that if they can get racing, that's going to pull 6 on back in them. It'd be great for racing here if we can get more cars to paddle up here, but I certainly think that 56 might be the strongest car here today. Certainly got the pole, but it's looking very racy as Rowdy Hemming blocks Langelier getting down into turn number 1. Rowdy may actually have a run on David down the super stretch before the tunnel turn. Greg Graziano and Dakota Cottle are battling behind them. Aaron Douglas is really going to want to close in on the top 5 and try to race them here. Aaron is solidly in the chase field at the moment. I think he's actually 6th in points. Now he's 7th in points behind John Cittadino, but as they stand right now, this is going to be a really large point benefit for Aaron over the cars that are just ahead of him. He's got the race lead going at it again. I don't know what happened to Langelier to fall back, but once again, we got the 51 going to battle with the 56. Talking about, I hope that Aaron can get up there. I'm pretty sure he's going to catch the 27 if they lose any more time. Dakota Cotto's going to go to battle with Jay Langelier. Connor Mears up to P8 now. I think that's where he started for Connor. Yes, so he's with Connor Meir, Dakota Cotto, and then Rowdy Hemming and David Walsh are right where they started this race. Connor Meir finally got caught on points by the 15, and he's going to have one of those statement races where he's going to pull back away. See, Rowdy's just trying to find a way to catch up to the 56. Pit stops are going to start here in about 5 to 7 laps.
Should be right into that window of pitting here in the next couple. I expect before lap 40.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that either right at 40 or just before 40, we're going to start to get some pit stops. Those that were able to go 25 and then pitting just after the caution will go to maybe lap 50, and we'll see them one more time between 76 and 80. But the rest of the field may just have an extra pit stop in here. We'll see what happens when we approach lap 40. I really thought we were going to get 5 cars battling for the lead, but these two, once they got their clean air, are pulling away.
I thought we were too. I was expecting the 9 to have a little bit more speed, but has, like you said, struggled.
Yeah, so that's just going to mean that Jay Langelier is going to be strong on the short run. So if there is a late caution that doesn't end the race, then Langelier would be one to look at.
Watching Ernesto continue to build up his pace as well, up 27 spots since the start of the race. The 62 Samsung machine has been doing pretty well.
Which is very refreshing to see. And the last time Ernesto ran this paint scheme, he had pretty good races week to week. And it's fallen off since he's lost that Lucas Oil sponsorship. He's deep in the points right now, but this could be the turn of the season for him. Maybe we're going to have some strong runs as we near the chase. Of course, this is the 11th race of the season. So the countdown is on. We're going to get pretty close to the chase with each race we hit here. I think that it starts race 18 of 25.
Think so?
We've got about 6 or 7 races left to go before the chase. And so now is the time to start thinking about that 14th place cutoff. And we're going to have some heartbreak for certain drivers that have had really good runs and then they just had awful runs at other parts of the season. And I have to think about Austin Yoakum. I don't think that it's going to be a season where he can get to the chase to go for a second championship, but we really want to see that 4-car have some solid runs. He's running 25th right now, which is, it's going to be a huge win for that RL Motorsports team. It's been such a struggle season for Austin Yoakum. I don't think they've scored a single top 10 yet. And so even a top 25 is going to be something that they're going to be really happy about as Arthur Xavier hits pit road.
As
the 87 machine.
Including this race, we have 7 races to the chase. That 8th one is actually a non-points event. That's the first annual Benjamin Thomas Memorial Endurance Race, where we will have all 4 of the top 4 series out there with their top 10 best drivers in the point standings. We'll be out there racing together for a 2.4 hour race, and that'll be to memorialize Ben. That'll be a really fun race.
Yeah, it's going to be.
I think I'm going
so.
to elect to actually drive this car, because those that are available throughout multiple series, they will have an option of driving multiple, whichever series that they are able to.
Justin Franklin on pit road. I'm definitely going to look forward to taking the Gen 6 out there.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of power to handle around Sonoma with.
It's a lot of fun, though. It really is a lot of fun.
I believe you're taking us to Sonoma this year, right?
We're going to Watkins Glen.
That's right, it's Glen this year.
Because it will be easier for the drivers who have not had much road course experience. They just have to take the S's easy.
Well, we did that a couple years ago, and it was an absolute blast with that car.
Yes. As looks like Walsh has fallen back a little bit, and Jay Langelier has come up. So maybe the late run has some speed in that 9 car. Greg Graziano's going to come down pit road. GoPro machine. That's going to be a good run. I think that you want to come to pit road as early as you can.
Yeah, this will be a good undercut, and it's in a good window. Smart call here by Douglas Motorsports to bring the number 27 car down right now. We'll see just how well that'll translate for the rest of them. DK Cottle then moves up to the 4th position, and Aaron is into the top 5 because of that as well.
We just spoke about the chase. I'm pretty sure, like almost 90% sure, that the way the points stand right now, if Rowdy Hemming wins this race, he's going to be in the top 14.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's missed a couple races.
One race, just surprisingly one race.
Oh, I thought that no, because he was there for that first. I thought he came up after Bristol.
No,
see,
you're right.
You're
right. Yeah, he missed 3 races, and he's 23rd in points.
Yes, 14th is 65 back. He's 97 back, so he's 32 points outside of the chase, which with enough races left to go that he can make it in.
Rowdy has a chance right now. If he really wants to, he could go for both the truck and the Premier Championship this year.
Which would be incredible. It's something that multiple championships has been achieved in the same year before. But
Brett
it's not
Pritchard?
something that we've seen in some time.
I would assume that would have been Brett Pritchard in the early years.
I think I'm the only one that... No, you might be the only person that's done it in VPS and Premier.
I did not win them in the same year, though. That's for sure. I've won multiple series, but not in the same year.
Last year. No, not last year, because I got the Pro Series.
I got my
trucks last year.
I got my Pro Series championship before my Premier Series championship. Here comes the rest of them. All of our leaders are going to come in for this one.
I haven't done it, so I don't know who would have done it if it has been done. Because our VPS championships are you, Onesto, and myself. So no, it hasn't been done yet.
If it has been done, it was in pre-modern era, to which we don't have stats on. The only stats that we have is the ones that we logged on the website before.
I think we're going to see the 5 car come down to pit road this time, so it's going to see who's going to come down with them. Some drivers are definitely going to want to go late here, so they have fresher tires through the length of the next stint.
Nassar is exiting the alternate strategy.
This isn't something I thought we'd see. I really thought that Nassar would try to push it. He definitely has the feel to go late, so that's a bit of a bizarre move. A lot of leaders are coming down. Joseph Anesta is going to lead a lap. Would like to see the 92 stay out. It looks like the 41 is going to come in. Everybody came down this time. The whole field.
I wonder how long Anesta is going to try and stretch this. He's got to be pitting this time.
Yeah, I think he's going to pit this time, but it's going to be a huge help to Anesta.
Oh, he's off pace right now. Now, this is just absolutely stretching the car as much as possible.
He's got no draft. He's running on the bottom of the racetrack. So, but the rest of the field is going to lose a ton of time because they all pitted at once, and that's a cluster.
Oh yeah, that hurts pit lane momentum with a busy pit road like that.
I really hope that Touchton and Donnie Jones don't come down. I hope that they try to stay on the other strategy. Joseph Anesta is coming down. It's probably going to mean that we're going to see everyone else, including Andrew Weisbecker.
Getting a little bit of a peek here at the alternate strategy. letting us see how Brad would be leading right now.
So if Brad ends up being Brad and Brett Pritchard, if they end up being the only two people that stay on this strategy, it's not going to translate to a top 3 for Brett, but certainly this would be an awesome finish for that race team. Brad Hughes is coming down pit road right now. He has to be, or he's out of fuel. He's down on pit road, I think.
No, he's out. He's staying out.
Okay, because it was strange. It was showing him as losing a ton of time. So I was like, what's going on with Brad?
I would
But
assume Brad's gonna stay out for. Oh gosh, no. He another 3 to 4 more laps before we'll see Brad and Brett come down pit road.
well, he pitted on lap 24. I would really like to see him push it to lap 50. I don't know if that's possible, but if he can pit at lap 50 and then pit it at lap 75 or 76,
The 3 stop at Pocono would be insane.
yeah, he could go to the end from there. And everyone else would have to make an extra pit stop. We'd end with the order like this.
He's coming down.
Getting caught, yes, he's coming down. But if he can actually make this on 2 more pit stops, it's not really possible right now. But if he could make it happen, they would catch him at the very end, and it would be a really close race between fresh tires and old tires.
It is possible. And that would put him as the winner if it stays green like this. So Brad
Something
and Brett,
incredible. Deacon Jones, through that pit cycle, has gained so many positions to be P7. I believe he was like 15th or so before, and now he's 7th.
that was a big jump.
So they have had something incredible happen for them on pit road.
Justin Franklin also gained a ton of positions on pit road from that one. Great cycle around.
Well, Franklin was one of those cars that pitted all alone, all by himself. And he missed that huge conglomerate of race cars that pitted all at one time. Connor Mears fallen to 19th, so we're going to see if he's going to be able to lead another charge.
I did
field.
check with the Brett Pritchard machine. They're on the original set of tires from starting this race off. They have gone fuel only, and that's why their last stop was only 5 seconds. They topped it off just for this run, and he'll be getting fresh tires for the first time this race when they come back down, hoping that they can then have another set of fresh tires by the end of this race. I like the strategy that Brad and Brett are both on.
Yeah, but Brett's actually on the better part of the strategy right here if you can continue to stretch this out. He's under fire from the 15 car, and it's going to move Deacon up into P6. And Deacon's going to be our de facto points leader as they run right now. There's still a lot of race left, but incredible run for that team.
Good recovery because Deacon had that incident earlier at the beginning of the race, and it dropped him down pretty far into the pack. Good recovery. Battling with Aaron there right behind Brett. Brett manages to stay out. I'll be right back.
So Rick Hemming continues to lead. Don't know what happened to the 56 to fall back to 5th place, but that's 4 seconds between Rick and David Walsh. So Rick's actually under fire from Greg Graziano on the 27. That's the GoPro machine, who's got the lead now on lap 46. He's going to be in a huge battle. You're holding up 9, sir. That isn't an 8. That's a 9. Sorry, I'm accidentally watching the Coke 600. Rick Hemming's got about 0.2 of a second now, so it's not going to be a lap lead for the 27 as Aaron Douglas goes to battle with the 3 of Brett Pritchard. A long front straightaway as Aaron is going to go into turn number 1. I believe he's going to be able to get this from the 3. The 3 shouldn't have much tire to battle with Aaron at this point in the race, but certainly this is very Brett's going to come down pit road this time, but this is very positive for the 3 car, and I mean that truthfully, because I mean he was 43rd, running last on the racetrack before the caution at lap 18 for Kyle Busch, and he has he's been able to transfer this into 8th. And even though he's going to pit right now and go all the way back to the back of the pack, if there's no caution, If this run goes strategy all the way to the end of the race, we might actually see Brett Pritchard with a top 10. Which would be such a huge turnaround for that race team. So Brett brings the car in. I don't have camera controls. I can't switch the car. Jay Langelier is making another run at 51 for the lead. He's gone around Greg Graziano. He's actually using the draft really well. He's going to go around the 51. And so they're going to battle. That's probably in turn 1 at the moment. Oh, they're just coming out of turn number 3. So Jay Langelier's got the lead. Rick Hemming's going to try to draft all the way down the front straightaway. Jay Langelier's led a lap. It's really, really good and positive for that race team. They've also had a struggling season. I believe they're the best out of the Reckless Racing cars, though, but he's mired back. He's 31st in points. Daniel Quinones is actually the best running Reckless Racing car, 27th in points. I believe it's been a season to forget for Alan Bledsoe, too. Got 34th in points for that 24 machine. So we're just approaching halfway. We're going to have 2 laps to it because we're going to have the entire lap 50, of course. Once we get to 51, we're halfway. Rick Hemming leads. Jay Langelier and Greg Graziano, they're in a draft with each other. It's quite a ways back to Dakota Cottle in P4. Deacon Jones is P5. David Walsh is P6. Aaron Douglas has 7th in front of Joseph Ernesto, Ryan DeLusso, and Justin Franklin rounds out the top 10. You really don't want to pit with the majority of the field. I think the best way to gain some time is to pit alone. You don't want to have that big group of cars and then maybe get prone to contact. You really don't want to have contact on pit road. And that's what you run into the danger of. Everyone pits together. Yet apologize that I don't have camera controls. I should have suggested that we went to most exciting or focus on leader. Jay Langelier is making a run for the lead right now. And in fact, he's got it, and that's through turn 3, or maybe he's on the front stretch, I guess, since the 3 car, and he's just out of turn number 3. Or they're just behind Brett Pritchard. Yeah, they are. They're just coming out of turn number 3 now. So Jay Langelier's got the lead, and he'll lead this lap. As we approach halfway, we are now on the second half of the race. Jay Langelier leads that 51 and the 27. They're all together, those 3. Some cars are going to start to pit here. See, Austin Yoakum's the first to come down. That's really good for that 4 car. It's going to allow them to gain some time on the rest of the field. Really wish we had a different camera. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Can I even do that? Do I have buttons remotely that I can do that? Does not look like I can. Okay. Doesn't look like any of the leaders are going to pit. Sammy Cobb has gone around John Citadino for 33rd. Greg Graziano's now got the lead from Jay Langelier and Rick Hemming. Connor Meir has only gained 1 position since the restart to P18. He was running on the top 10 before this last round of pit stops. We still have about 8 laps before everyone's going to want to come in around lap 60.
Just came back and Jay Langelier leading. Hello?
Yeah, can you give us different camera, please? Different car? All right, thank you. A lot has transpired since you have...
I see what happened.
Walked away. Langelier just tracked him down with Graziano after pit stops.
All right. Oh, Walsh is way off now. Okay. Rowdy's strong.
Walsh might have gotten stuck behind one of these other cars that was pitting and ended up losing a couple seconds.
Lusso did really good after that pit stop still, and Touchton's almost to the top 10. How about that from 30 places up for Touchton?
The biggest thing that amazes me is Deacon Jones, because Deacon Jones is going to have the point lead right now. If he's 4 spots ahead of Connor Mir, and he's running the 6th spot after seeming like he was going to have an okay day in the middle of top 15 or top 20. But these 3 up front, they're scrumming for it, which they're losing some time to Dakota Cottle. It's just something that we want to see because we'd rather have more cars racing for the lead. It's definitely going to be a big battle. We are approaching pit stops rather quickly. It's going to be around lap 60. You're either going to start at lap 58, could start at 60, but we're going to have another like 18, 19 laps to our final pit stops of the day.
I'm happy that Pocono ends up being one of our longer races of the season, because this is historically a track where the strategy is always up in the air throughout the entirety of the race. It's such a difficult track to gauge, even with previous year notes, because the track changes from year to year. Cars change every little bit, and even the weather can be as much as a factor of anything else. This is always a fun track to be at.
Can I just say, even though it's still daytime and I'm accidentally watching the 600, but Shane von Gisbergen on this oval here is such delight. I mean, Marcus Ambrose is really, really good here, so it's no surprise that von Gisbergen will have some speed here because, you know, Ambrose was his mentor. But Gisbergen running 5 in the daytime, really good. Anyway, back to FARCA. The 9 and the 51 are racing each other.
Wait, I want to add to that, because as much as Trackhouse is bad at the setup, if they actually nailed this and if they can follow the car into the night, that's going to be huge for them. Even McDowell is up here too in the 71.
Well, McDowell's in a Spire car, and they actually know how to set the car up for an oval. But
I love how good Spire is this year, dude.
They were this good last year. It's just that they blew some engines. It wasn't their fault.
I'm also biased. I have my favorite driver now. 2 of my favorite drivers.
SVG and his mentor Marcus Ambrose being good at Charlotte is a really good story to follow. I mean, I'm happy for that. I wish that we'd get some more Ambrose tribute liveries. The 27 of Greg Graziano is setting up for a run at the 51 car. We saw him peak to the inside of turn number 1. I think that Graziano's got some momentum here, some speed as they chase the handling on that 27 car. Started off really loose. They might have gotten them tightened up. The top 3 starting position was that GoPro 27. Justin Osborne has gained 11 positions to P11, now getting passed by Dylan Touchton. The 69 and the 78 car started together at the very, very, very back of the field, 42nd and 43rd, and they are currently running 11th and 13th. So it's a huge comeback for that 69 car of Dylan Touchton. Of course, he's running that Delphi livery that was something that everybody feared in 2007, the Busch Series. You go to a plate track, Kyle Busch is in that Delphi livery, and you know that that's going to be one of the cars to beat. Deacon Jones has battled and passed the 56 of David Walsh for P6. As the 27 car settles into 3rd, I thought he was going to make a run for the lead. Didn't quite work out for him, but now he's behind Jay Langelier.
I'm going to check something real quick because I need to see it.
What's that?
I want this to show. Is it not going to let me do this based off of cars that I'm actually selected on? I did this. There we go. That's what I wanted to see.
Oh, Yoakum is not in position to succeed here with this strategy.
No. But I wanted to see realistically how hard Richard was running on this. I don't know what happened to the 4 car, but
Well, Pritchard has caught the rear of the field, and now he's passing cars. He's got fresher tires. There's Arthur Xavier back on pit road. This is going to be the start of the actual pit cycle. We saw Xavier was the first to come on pit road last time, or last cycle. So some more cars are going to be coming down.
yeah, Dylan Youngson making some positions up late in the race. This driver that started towards the back of the pack.
Yeah, some of the drivers that started way at the tail end are looking really good right now, like the 69 and 78. Wish the 92 would have the same kind of momentum, but it's all right. Dylan Young's racing Connor Meir at the moment. Greg Graziano from the front of the field. He's going to be the first of the leaders to pit. Deacon Jones is going to come with him. Justin Franklin as well. Really want to stay away from the group of cars that are all going to pit at the same time if you can. So that's going to leave Rick Hemming all alone up at the front of the field. No draft. Maybe Jay Langelier is going to get some time back. As Connor Meir goes to the inside one more time on the 19. Rowdy Hemming and Jay Langelier are going to pit at the same time, actually.
There you go. Seeing a couple drivers going longer on this, with the average being about 18 to 22 laps on these. You want to be beyond that threshold for that next pit stop, so you don't have to pit before the end of the race. You might see some mistakes out of strategies towards the end of the race like that, like Arthur Xavier.
Yeah, but now would be the time to start getting the tires. If Brett Pritchard hasn't used them yet, his next 2 pit stops, he's got to get tires. Or his just next pit stop. I think he might actually be able to make it go to the end if he gets one more. David Walsh is going to pull down pit road this time. Looks like Onesta's going to follow him this time instead of trying to go one more. Ryan DeLusso is actually going to stretch it. Yeah, this is where the common part of Connor Meir's game seems to come out, where he's going to stretch it when it matters most. That 29 cars and go one more time just to make sure he's got a cleaner pit road. Saw how much of a difference that actually makes. This 92 is on and off.
The pit stop
It's a
there
shame
for
this
92.
is a foggy race. You don't really
is.
get to see the colors on it.
A lot of weather out on the East Coast right now.
Yeah, who do they think they are, having rain in May? Or it's practically June, too. Right, DeLuso's going to bring it down. Looks like Dylan Touchton isn't. Touchton's going to go one more time around. As Ryan DeLusso is on and off, there leaves just 2 cars left. The 7 of Brad Hughes and the 69 of Dylan Touchton. Oh, it's Josh Berry. That makes sense.
Touchton bringing his machine down from the lead. This will give Brad Hughes his temporary lead. Now, I gotta give credit
Brad
to
Hughes.
Hughes here. This strategy is not too far off.
Yeah, he was the second to last to pit last time, with Brett Pritchard being the last one. And the 3 car is going to be top 10 again. It's lost some time to the drivers around him. It's really promising, though, for the 69 car, because they're going to have the freshest tires. They're going to be able to come through the field, maybe gain some more time and spots up. Rick Hemming's now got a comfortable lead, 1.7 seconds. Dylan Tutchin's back on the racetrack in 12th. So that's going to be a positive.
That is. This might be a top 10 day for Dylan Tutchin if they can keep this pace up. How about Rob McPherson dead last, up to 11th right now?
Yeah, Rob McPherson is another one of those drivers. He's 29th in points. Dylan Tutchin's 28th. They're actually tied right now, the 78 and the 69 coming into this race. So it's remarkable that they find each other near each other as they battle for 11th. Brandon Walter is also 30th in points, so he's right around these drivers in points.
A lot of these drivers needed a day like this.
It's going to keep them together, though.
It will. It will.
Caitlin Meir has recovered to 20th in points since taking over that 25 car. Yeah, Josh Berry crashed.
Ooh.
So Rick Hemming is starting to lose a little bit of ground to Jay Langelier. I don't know if that's going to be a big deal, if the 51 is saving or not, but 1.2 seconds back to the 9, and the 27 is right on the back bumper of that 9 car in second and third as they race each other.
I need to talk to Ornestar.
What's wrong?
Race Result Center doesn't work for me.
Oh, you need to refresh it, because if you have the hashtag in the link, you've already borked it.
What do you mean?
If you click on a race result and you look at the link up top, if you see a hashtag at the end of your link, it's trying to load and it's not going to load, so you need to refresh the page.
No, the Race Result Center, the app he built.
Oh.
It
I'm
doesn't.
in it. It's working just fine for me.
It doesn't launch. The application he built to save the race results in the background instead of iRacing, that one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The program.
I'll give you a program.
Yeah, you will.
Well, Angelier is continuing to catch Rick Hemming up front. It's now 0.9 behind the leader.
Joachim brings it down pit road. We'll see.
Must have some kind of issue. He's not going very long at all.
No. Unfortunate to see out of the 4 car. That's a previous champion right there. Not having a day that he wants.
Shame for all of them that they're gonna have to view this season as a loss. Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing. They come in, they stop in the box, and then they leave. It just doesn't really make any sense. I don't know what their issue is.
And it was a fast 2-tire stop, but I don't know.
It's a recurring thing for them, and it's been all season. As Brett Pritchard finally brings the car down pit road.
That was a long stretch there for Brett Pritchard on that run.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think that it was long enough. Needed him to go to about lap 74 or 75 to make it to the end.
No, he's going to be hoping for a caution here, and if that caution does happen, it will be huge for the 3 machine. And they stopped long on that one. They certainly got it packed full of fuel, so we'll see what happens here for Brett Pritchard. He's got 31 to go, though, but I don't think that's long enough. I don't think he's got enough time for that.
So we're going to see it. It looks like the lead has also stabilized for Rick Hemming up front. It's got a 1.5 second lead to Greg Graziano. Now that Rick's got draft off of somebody, that's Tom Jones. Really rough day for that 46. They've had speed numerous times in the recent weeks. It looks like their luck is going to turn back around. So they're having a rough day. And Brad Hughes right now 39th with a fast car. It's not something that either of those cars wanted to have in this weekend. Now 30 laps to go, so we're going to have our final pit stops coming here in the next 10 laps. Well, it should be the final pit stops. We're going to see who gets enough fuel to go to the end and who doesn't throughout the course of the ensuing run.
Really impressed by Hemming.
Yeah, it's been such a great run for him, and really now that he's got the draft and he's able to show how much speed is really in that 51 car, it makes me wish that the 56 was able to get better runs through the pit stop so we could have continued to have that battle between the two of them. So I really feel like the fastest car in the field is going to finish 4th. But it looks like Aaron Douglas, the 97, has actually caught the 56. Are we going to Darlington next week?
Next week? No.
That's it.
I think it's Kansas.
We have
Texas.
Pocono.
Texas, then Kansas.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Texas. Texas. Oh, and then we go to the Glen. It's actually quite a few ways away before we get to Darlington. So this is actually going to be the first of 2 sponsor races. A lot of sponsors end after this event. The rest of the sponsors obviously are going to end at the end of the next event, which is next week at Texas. Texas
Texas, fun track for us.
Yes, and I think that this race had actually gone rather well.
I have enjoyed this. I'm a big strategy race person, so for me this has been enjoyable. It helps too when I'm running in the top 5 like I am now.
Yeah, it does.
Getting close to the window here where we have a caution. I assume everybody will bring their cars down pit road. It'll be quite a close stretch too on getting to the end.
We haven't really seen any incidents on the racetrack.
It started off kind of crazy and then settled immediately into strategy fest.
And I think drivers are trying to race to the lap 18 break. See Dylan Young racing the 39 and Nick Fountain. He's looking to the inside. I don't know if he's going to commit or not. This is all the way up at 16th right now. Well, it's 15th for Nick Fountain in the 39. So all these cars around are trying to battle for that spot.
Pit window should be opening here soon. We'll know when we see Arthur Xavier bring his machine down from 18th. Should be happening here in a couple laps. Xavier might not be making it to the end in terms of fuel. A couple other drivers are going to be in this same boat. Like Justin Franklin in the number 0. I don't think he's going to have enough to get to the end. Even some drivers up towards the front of the field, Graziano, they might be a little short on fuel if they don't save enough. Be interesting to see. Yoakum and Jones are officially a lap down of the drivers on the alternate strategy that have managed to keep themselves out of that trouble like Brett Pritchard. Brett's going to be hoping for a caution after everybody pits. Would be a miracle for the number 3 machine. We haven't checked on our biggest movers of the race, but it is going to be going to right now Rob McPherson up 32 spots, sitting in P11 still. Teammate to the number 27 sitting in 3rd.
We'd be having a grand equalizer here shortly if there was a caution within the next 2 laps.
Oh, yeah. And on the other hand, the other victim falls to the car sitting in last place right now. Dylan Touchton's the first one to come in. Wow. I'm a little surprised there.
I think that's a good move, even though it 22, as long as we've seen anyone run, I think that's a great move for the iRail Motorsports car.
They are gambling. They're certainly going to try and gamble on this one.
If they know they can do it, it's a good move. Travis Dawson's coming down this time.
All right, we'll see how this goes. Tom Jones, lapped car brings it down for his final pit stop. Our leaders elect to stay out. 22 to go at Pocono.
So there's Dylan Young and Arthur Xavier bringing it down. They were a part of the battle for 15th place.
Did my boy dump Ryan Blaney?
No, that was Austin Cindric.
Did my boy dump Austin Cindric?
No, Christopher Bell did.
Oh.
He 2-tapped, spun him, and then on Austin Cindric's descent down the racetrack, he clipped William Byron, then he got destroyed by Connor Zillage.
Amazing. That's a good looking freeway car.
It's a very close run for Rick Hemming. Very, very lucky that he wasn't trying to get to the bottom there, because he would have ran right into the 87 car.
Walter bringing it down pit road tells me we're going to see the rest of the field coming in here shortly. We're probably going to have a busy pit road with 20 to go. Which means we're going to see cars on fumes at the very end of this thing.
Well, we saw Walsh and Deacon Jones be the first of the majority of the front lead coming in first. I think Rowdy Hemming's actually coming down right now.
He might be. Yes, he is.
Low.
Oh,
he's going to pull Jay Langelier with him.
Be interesting to see. Langelier and Hemming bring it down. So does Deacon Jones in the number 15. They've been excellent on their pit strategy all race long.
Yeah, and Connor Mears got a little bit of a performance issue in the 29 car. He's fallen down to 23rd on the racetrack. It's not going to look the same on the leaderboard at the moment as he's racing his teammate. But this is going to leave, if we don't have a caution and it leaves as we run, that 15 car is going to be the point leader. Which is such a huge turnaround for TXS from the beginning of the season. They might win this race with the 51, and they might be leading the points with the 15. If everything goes smoothly. Greg Graziano comes down pit road. Aaron Douglas is going to follow him, which means David Walsh is going to be back in the lead, trying to get as many laps led as he can at the end of this before he ultimately brings it down pit road. The 29 might be coming. No, he's staying on the racetrack one more time, that Toyota. So the 29 stayed out longer than anyone else the last time. They don't want to have any doubt in that car. They want to know that they can make it to the end, so they're going to go late behind the 17 of Daniel Quinones. He's running P4 right now. Ryan DeLusso is battling Joseph Ernesto up front. That's P2 at the moment. Oh, he's looking. He can't quite get there. The 92 car. This is the battle for 5th as they run. One of the two of them is going to be coming down pit road, though. 92 is going lower than the 29. Not so sure if Adam's going to come down or just continue to race. They know their number. Adam's bringing it down. So we'll likely see Connor Meir next time around. Joseph Ernesto. So Walsh, DeLusso, and Ernesto come down with this. So leading that lap is Daniel Quinones and Menard 17.
Get his Kyle Busch inspired paint scheme a chance at leading.
Yeah, that paint scheme is actually what Kyle Busch won his first career Cup race at, and that was Auto Club Speedway in 2005. It's fast ever since the first time he went to that racetrack, much like Jimmy Johnson, who also got his first win at Auto Club Speedway.
That was a track that treated the West Coast drivers very well. Missed that place.
Yeah, Quinones is going to be coming down this time. Yes, everyone missed the Auto Club Speedways. I don't really know why it had to get torn down. Maybe they can just build the same thing somewhere else. But it looks like Connor Meir is going to come down too. So we should be seeing McAdoo, Cittadino, and Brad Hughes this time as well. Not so sure why McAdoo would want to stay on the racetrack. He's going to be pretty close on fuel. It's been a rough season for Zach McAdoo. They had high hopes moving to Western Auto.
This is a driver that even myself, I specifically went and targeted this driver to bring into the race team to take over this 12 car, and we're not happy with performance.
Yeah, multiple wins last year at Reckless Racing McAdoo had, and that 17 car. And it's just been, like, I think the entire garage is perplexed at the state of this race team at the moment.
Because even with Jacob McMillan, this car would get a win a year, so it was a bit surprising with how the performance has been so far.
It's buried about 38th in the point standings So we have 17 laps to go. Everybody has pitted. We don't know who's going to be able to go to the end. We know some guys who are really definitely going to be able to make it, like Connor Meir in that 29 car. But some other drivers, it's a bit of a question mark. Connor Meir is back in 26 because he stayed out so long. The car didn't have the same amount of speed as his competitors with fresher tires.
Rough day
So
for the
Connor's going to try to
Fords.
use.
Only 2 of them inside the top 30. The rest of them all were on the alternate strategy. Nassar, Hughes, Tom Jones, Dawson, Pritchard, Yoakum. Didn't work out for him.
I'm not so sure if it's like a horsepower issue or what the deal is with Ford, because the TBD pair have had quite a bit of momentum and speed coming into this race, the 7 and the 46, and they've both struggled. So, and it's just something that I didn't really think that we'd see out of either Brad Hughes or Tom Jones.
Not the best day here for IRM.
Touchton using his strategy to get to 15th is promising. Dylan Touchton is, let's see, Brett Pritchard's 11th in points. I think Dylan Touchton is, yeah, he's 28th in points. We said this earlier. He's tied with Rob McPherson, that 78 car. Way deep in points, 28th. But this would be a good race for them for points.
Back understeer the lone car. Ford, they're sitting in 8th on their own, and then we take a look at the alternate team there, TBD, 36th and 42nd. Just not a good day for Ford.
That's definitely not anything any of us wanted to see. We want to have competition out of all 3 manufacturers.
How about this, though?
Yeah, the performance out of Rowdy Hemming since coming back to the series has been incredible, and the amount of points that he's going to gain here today is going to put him up pretty close to the chase, and we're only going to have 6 races left after this. So that's going to put Rowdy in a really good position. TXS started the season such a terrible start, but driver changes, personnel changes, and it's led them to 1st and 7th here at Pocono. They're going to leave with that point lead. Jay Langelier is tracking down that 51 car as we see on the screen. And Jay Langelier shown that on the big tracks, he's a force. He's got a win at Michigan. He's had some really good speed everywhere that we go that's longer than 2 miles, and this seems to be no different.
Both of these drivers on the exact same strategy. 2.5 tenths separating them. Angelier using that draft. 13 laps to go here. This car wasn't a very good medium run car at the beginning of the race, but trying to turn it around here and going for the race lead right now.
Through the bottom with 13 laps to go, Jay Langelier has fired his first shot. They're quite a ways ahead of Greg Graziano. I don't know if Graziano's going to be able to join this battle, so it might just be a 2-car run to the end here. Langelier's had speed all day. We saw that he was able to catch the 56 and 51 and battle them, and now it's just him and the 51 with the 56 having struggles on pit road.
You actually see the difference between them in the last 5 laps. It's just been Langelier running down Rick Hemming.
The Window World team has needed a good run, and this could be the start of a good stretch of races for Langelier. We got a couple 1.5 coming up. That program, it still needs to improve on the 1.5, but they've got a little bit of confidence brewing in this team.
It's good to see there for Jay. Chevy trying to play spoiler here towards the end of this race. Yeah, the pace just doesn't seem to really be there. About 1/2 second the last 3 laps in a row there for Rick Hemming. I wonder if there's some doubts on fuel.
I think they pitted on the same lap, so I don't really know what could have happened between the two of them. But
They pitted
certainly
on the
AJ
same
Langelier,
lap. Langelier was 2/10 faster in the box. They had about nearly the exact same total pit lane time. So in theory, Langelier got less fuel in the car than the 51 did. So I'm not sure.
they could have just been patient all race long, waiting to show their stuff until it mattered.
Could be.
Now that we're at the final run. Graziano, I thought, would have more pace here at the end, but it hasn't quite been there for him. Now 2 seconds behind Langelier. We're going to see the 4 or the 8 on pit road here in a lap or two. That's not going to be the start of the pit cycle, but it's going to be their off cycle that hasn't quite worked out for them. They've made an extra pit stop or two and have fallen either a lap or almost a lap down behind the leader. They're just two struggling race cars, so don't be alarmed by those two coming to pit road. It's not the start of anything. As Hemming has gotten a run on the 9, he's going to get to the inside of him. Don't know how much momentum he's going to be able to get on the 9. I think Langelier might actually let him have it here. They're going to fight all the way down to turn number 3. It's going to be a good run for Rick, and I think he's going to be able to finish the corner, which is going to give him the lead for about a lap or two, but Langelier is going to use the draft to get back around him. I think it's really going to matter who has the lead coming to take the white flag rather than who's got it with 2 to go. I think we might see our final pass for the lead coming to the last lap. It's been such a battle. We got a lot of comers and goers all the way through the field.
Ooh, big block there from the 51.
Yeah, Rick's got to do anything he can to keep that 9 behind him.
Do want to say, got to mention as well that this pit stop windows have been 18 to 22 laps. They are right in the window coming to the final laps of this race. It is a possibility that Graziano could steal this if the front two happen to run out of fuel.
We know that the 17, the 29, the 92 can go to the end. Those are the 3 cars that we are absolutely sure on with their fuel numbers. They've gone long each stint, and so they definitely have enough to go to the end. Onesto is questionable. He might be able to go beyond the end along with those other 3 cars.
A lot of cars were short. We'll see.
It would be about 22 laps to the end for the 51 and the 9, so they're right on the bubble. It depends on how much they're able to save. Langelier is going to get ready for a run into turn 1 this time on the 51. He's going to use the straightaway all the way down the Nellis straightaway. It's not the Nellis straightaway, it's something else. Long Pond Straight, there you go.
Long Pond. Nellis is Las Vegas.
Yes, the Nellis Super Stretch for the Air Force Base. As Langelier jumps to the lead, there's going to be some momentum on the outside for Rick Hemming. He's been really strong on the outside turn 1. And it's just going to be a drag race. There's no drafting help for either of them as they go to turn number 2.
Toyota Power keeps number 51 up into the lead as they head into the tunnel turn. 7 to go here at Pocono. Got some crazy names up here in this top 10. With seeing Walsh up here, Graziano, Deacon Jones, Ryan DeLusso, Dakota Cottle.
Deacon Jones at this point is a staple in the top 10.
Pretty much, honestly.
His only Aaron Douglas scored more top 10s last season en route to Aaron's championship, but Deacon Jones actually scored more points than anyone else in the season-long bracket. You take the chase away. And so Deacon's going to have the point lead again, so he's definitely been the hottest driver the last couple seasons. That 15 car has got a rocket ship behind the wheel. See the Fudge Brownie Yahoo machine. Aaron Douglas is last year's champion, trying to go for a defense. Everyone thinks that there's some kind of curse about back-to-back, which just isn't true. It's just that the cars just haven't had the same kind of speed in the year after. The 97 is going to have the same kind of speed. It just matters on who it is. So we saw Adam Douglas have a really strong run for Western Auto Racing after he won his championship. It's just that he didn't perform the same standards in the chase in the year after. Rick Hemming continues to lead. There's 5 laps to go now, as you can see on your screen. So Graziano's 2 seconds behind. It's then 3 more seconds to the 56 of David Walsh. 2 seconds follows to the 97 car, Aaron Douglas, who's got a second on Ryan DeLusso. Got about half a second on Deacon Jones. Joseph Monesto has cracked the top 10. He just passed the 99 car, Brandon Walter. Connor Muir finished the last stint coming out of pit road on 26. He hasn't made any headway. Follows the 77 car. He's actually just now passing for 25th around the outside.
Another car that's had a really struggling year. This team going to a 2-car operation, and they just have not fired off like they thought this organization really would. 2 really good race car drivers. Makoto Kino being the lone driver to win at Tier 1 last year, and went to this organization hoping for a lot more, and it just hasn't, even with the connection to Spire as well.
Well, Tier 1 is now really high up in the point standings. They've got a win with Don Jones. They're sitting 8th in points. They've made strides. Makoto was very, very frustrated with performance at Tier 1 last year, even with the win in that 33 car. That's why she left the Nexus, because she felt like Tier 1 wasn't serious. She made it very well known how displeased she was, and now she's sitting here so deep in points. It's been absolutely miserable. 36th in points. And her teammate Sammy Cobb is 33rd.
That's absolutely 2 drivers who are worthy enough to win the championship. Sammy Cobb has never missed the chase or a championship run, has always been able to sneak in. That's in doubts this year unless they can get something changed around here at Nexus.
And Sammy Cobb also has won a race every season since he moved to Nexus Racing from Standard Racing. And that's going to be a big... It's going to be a big absence on that team. I don't know what's happened. It doesn't really seem like they've lost too much personnel or replaced many personnel other than pit crew, but it is not the pits where they are losing all these positions. They're starting deep in the field and they're finishing deep in the field.
Back up at the front here, Langelier getting set up for another pass as we come to 2 laps to go here at Pocono.
He's going to try the bottom again one more time. So it didn't quite work out for him last time. He's got more momentum this time on Rick. He might actually be able to pull this off. I don't know if Rick's going to get that big of a run on the outside this time. This is going to be a really important pass. So we're going to see how quickly Rick can manage to get back. Looks like he's running on the inside this time as we head towards the tunnel turn. He's not going to get there.
Side drafting, though. This could be a good help because of the way the tunnel turn sets up, and that's exactly why.
But I think Jay is going to be able to get some run here because he's not going to let Rick Hemming finish the corner. He should get some momentum.
No, but you want the inside on this corner. You want the inside here. With how flat this corner is. Great move there for Hemming. White flag this time by, and another great setup for Jay Langelier to try and attack again.
That's going to matter on how much room he's able to get alongside the 51 car. Don't want to give him...
Crowds him.
See if he can finish this off or not. Rick Hemming is going to get the run just like we saw with 5 to go. Jay's going to tuck back in behind the 51. He's going to have one more run at this. Oh, Jay just had a very bad run in the tunnel turn. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the 51.
I don't think so either. I think that may have been the race. But a dive into the corner, not enough. Coming out of turn 3 for the final time. Back and forth for the lead. Jay's going to try and go for it as we come to the checkered flag, but it'll be Rowdy Hemming to win the United Reynolds 250. Close finish.
Really excellent run for Rick. I know that everyone on that team is going to be really excited for that.
Yeah, that's huge for the number 51 team. That should put them also into the chase, even though they missed 3 races. That's huge for Rowdy Hemming. How about that for TXS to be back in victory lane? Compare that to the rest of the organization. Great day for TXS Racing. 1st, 7th, and 9th.
Yeah, it's just adding on to the run that they've had all spring with Deacon Jones winning another race for them a few weeks back. Actually, the first time that Deacon was in the 15, he won a race, and since then they've just had it's a different team.
These
the
two
25 and the 51 have had much better performance.
hands out the windows, congratulating each other. It was a good race between Jay and Rowdy. How fitting for Rowdy to win here as well for this weekend in the number 51.
Yeah, a driver that didn't really want to speak to the media or really be in the spotlight following the passing of one of his heroes, one of his favorite drivers. A lot of drivers brought tribute paint schemes. He opted not to. Just he wanted to have respect. Just didn't want to bring a paint scheme from Kyle Busch. A very big Kyle Busch fan.
Speaking of
It's
one of
good
the
to see him
Kyle
get to
Busch
victory lane.
cars, little solidarity lap there for the 97. Going to take it around one more time, racing one of the favorite Kyle Busch paint schemes. And Ernesto is doing the same thing, as is Touched, and a few of the others that are also going to do one more extra lap there in their tribute cars. Nice and slow for him. Richard doing the same thing. Bringing it on down.
Oh my goodness.
What? Oh no.
Chase has had an accident.
That's unfortunate. I never do well with the 600 in fantasy. All right, Denny, you're in. Yeah, that's race over for Chase. Get turned by Joey.
No, he lost
Oh,
it in the
he
zone.
did. He did just lose it.
Remember to change Deacon's name to Deacon Jones instead of Demon Deacon?
Yep.
Before uploading the results.
I do all this too. Scoring into cool.
Oh, crap.
"34 lead changes."
That's a lot of lead changes.
No
I'm
penalties
not.
post race. Rowdy Hemming is officially your race winner, and your championship leader still remains as Deacon Jones. Now 13
No,
points
it's
over.
now Deacon Jones.
Now Deacon Jones over Connor by 13 points. Adam, you were third in points.
Yeah, I was 24 back entering in third, and I'm still third, but now I'm 30 back.
Rowdy is 9 points out from being in.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, I think.
I think so too. There's still 6 races. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's wild to me that Brett went from third in points all the way down back to 14th.
Yeah, on the
Really
bubble
hope that
now.
gets.
I hope that
Really hope
changes
that
for
gets
him.
turned around. Yes.
And same for all of his teammates. Nassar definitely deserves to be higher than 25th in points. Zach drops to 37th. Austin Yoakum is 43rd in points.
Yes, it's rough, man. Ghost is gonna renew. Okay, that's good. I was worried that Ghost was gonna be like, you know what, we're good. Luckily, Connor, they want to come back.
Oh, that's what I was afraid to see. Well, World Financial Group offered for a primary for IRM, but many of them terminated.
Yeah, WFG was on the 69 car. And I think Touchton and Brett, the two of them, have been the best performing.
There are
drivers.
some full cars too that are offering for IRM. That'll help them. That will help. All right, so next week we will be at Texas Motor Speedway. And let me just do a quick check here. The series that will be racing with us at Texas. We will have the weekly racing series. No trucks. So that'll be fun. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys soon.